Okay, welcome to PropCast. This will be episode 5 of our weekly updates where we invite traders to come and share their trading insights and updates, and also those from the industry to tell us more about how the prop industry, the prop trading landscape is changing and developing all the time. I'm joined my colleague Tony Williamson from the Prop Trading Club, and our special guest this week is Adrian Slack from
Hiya.
Trade-Uni. Thanks, Adrian, for joining us. We've talked before. We've known each other for quite a few years now. I think we started during lockdown, weirdly, when everything was online. But since then, I'm happy to say you've actually been physically face to face at the events that we do in London, and it's always been terrific. We'd like to get a bit of a background, if we may, on you, Adrian Slack. Tell us where you started off as a trader, if you would.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Thanks ever so much for inviting me on, Simon. Great to do these things with you online as well as live. Well, my background is in investment banking. I started off at Credit Suisse many years ago and spent the majority of my time trading FX and equities. But my longest investment bank stint was at Societe Generale. I was a market maker in equities for about 15 years. Came away from that industry probably 2010 and set up really trading for myself and then decided to start on the educational front.
Was it a difficult transition to go from the professional trading desks to all of a sudden being on your own as a retail trader? I've heard it can be quite a challenge. People assume if you're a good trader in the city, you can trade at home, but what would you say were the biggest challenges from transitioning out to the sort of professional, or what were the advantages of taking some of that knowledge with you?
Yeah, I think because I've been lucky in the career that I had. One thing is you miss out on the client flow. You're not privy to the news and the information that you get when you're working at these bigger houses. And obviously the time that you put in, I'm at my desk at 7, not leaving till 5, 6 o'clock, sometimes maybe 10 after the New York session, if you've got positions on over in the States. So the disadvantage is the timing, the time you give and commit, and the lack of professional information that you get access to. But on the other side, the benefit is you get some of your own time back, and then you can. One of the biggest things is your risk management. I think when you allocate money to a trade with a big bank, you've got balance sheets and bigger money to move around. Lots of noughts on the end of what you're trading. One of the difficult parts is when you become a professional retail trader is you're trading in a lot smaller amounts, and that's something you have to get used to.
I mean, you may have left the city from the professional events, but you haven't physically left. I can see over your shoulder there, lovely view of the Square Mile behind you. A lovely sunny day in London today, so that must be good.
Yeah. It's actually it's deceiving really because it has been raining, but the sun's come out for the podcast, which is great. Well, I think one of the things with our trading room we have in London, it gives people that want to come and learn with us a real good opportunity to work alongside pro traders, live and breathe the day-to-day trading markets, be involved in the day-to-day action of what's going on and have real-time support as we walk the floor and help people each day.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You told me about this last week. So you're in St. Catherine's Dock, which is just beside Tower Bridge, and the trading floor is open. So I presume you need to be a member of or a client to be able to come, but people obviously enjoy. It's almost like we've gone full circle from the working from home, but there must be something that people get from being shoulders to shoulder. But you're recreating the trading floor.
Yeah, I think before COVID, working from home was perceived as this, all in our slippers, pajama traders, that kind of thing. But it actually worked out that there is technology out there just to be able to work proficiently from home. for human beings and their mental health, it's actually nice to go and meet people and talk to other people. Hence, we have access to both. We have remote programs, in-house programs, one-to-one sessions. We try and cater for everybody's individual needs and requirements. Help them out on the journey through this can be lucrative business. But again, some people need extra support. Some people need to be left alone. So we'll try and help them as best we can.
What about markets that you trade and the way that you trade? How do you advise your clients? Do you have a particular market and strategy that you try to pass down to them, or is there you teach a whole box of tricks and try and
I think it's really good to teach first off how to read what the market's doing, and you can do this through technical analysis and chart structure, but also learning and reading about the larger fundamental macro picture of what's going on. If you're a new trader, of course you want guidance in that, which we provide. Plus, we do have strategies that we'll teach, because we want to give people a blueprint of hopefully how to trade consistently and effectively, rather than just kind of take this kind of hope analysis and haphazard approach. That won't get us anywhere. So if we're disciplined and we're conservative with our risk allocation, and then proactive with our trade management, hopefully everybody gets a better experience.
And I guess if they're all learning as they should, you should do you end up with the trading floor of everybody making similar trades, or do you still find that they go out and they find different trades in different time frames themselves?
Well, as I've done this business for nearly 10 years now, all I find is everybody's different. I don't want to box them into doing one thing. That's because people's own individual personalities, trading styles differ. So we'll guide them. If they have a strategy already, we'll help them with it. But again, it's just that support. The markets are moving up and down all day, every day. How you read them, it can be fairly consistent, or should be. But whatever strategy you deploy, you want to look at, that's fine by us. But if you come in as a complete newbie, obviously we want to help you on the path and show you what traders are looking at. Probably dovetails nicely into, well, how do I, you asked me, how do I trade? What do I do? Well, I'm more swing momentum trading. Simple person. I like to buy things that are going up and sell things that are going down. And I'll typically start off on a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, but be proactive and quickly move my stop to entry. Trade longevity is probably 24 hours to 72 hours. We have traders live online trading NASDAQ and the DAX. The DAX, the boys go online at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they have a kind of, they call it an indices morning shot strategy, and they'll do the same thing at 2:30 in the NASDAQ, and that can yield some really positive results.
Tony?
So what I see a lot in my community is when people come into prop trading specifically, we always seem to tend towards gold and trading gold. You think that's wise?
I think you should spread your risk, or spread the assets and the instruments that you trade, because the chart's the chart. Okay, gold is obviously a very well-known instrument, and some people do have a favourite instrument. But if you put your thumb over the chart name or the instrument name on that chart, it could be anything. If you've got a strategy in place and your analysis is good, you should be able to trade most instruments. I guess from our point of view, equities will gap maybe a bit more than your typical FX or even your cryptos if people are trading those markets, only because the markets close at certain times and then they have announcements and results, and they tend to be a bit more gappy, so there's a bit more risk there. But again, we'll tend to trade the standard FX pairs, the major and the minors, gold, silver, crude, Brent, and obviously the major indices.
We're talking about prop trading. Clearly, I've come into contact with Tony this year because we're teaming up to do a prop trading show. You, Adrian, also sponsored the prop trading clinic at our iX Trader Show last September, and it's just a testament to the fact that this industry is growing very, very quickly. For people that don't know what prop trading is, it's effectively buying access to using a firm's money to trade with in its simplest form, and then getting a share of the profits. but the industry is going in all sorts of different directions at all sorts of different speeds. What do you think do you think it's going well at the moment, or do you think there's still got to be lots of changes? We're talking about the industry a bit more to let people understand maybe the different options that there are for getting into prop trading.
Yeah. I think it's probably at a tipping point where those who wanted to try prop trading and through the usual people have tried it. Again, you have to do an audition, or it could be a 1 or 2 phase challenge. I necessarily think the market will pull away from that, and a decent provider should take you to a kind of instant funding. So we'll be having a kind of allocation program where we'll be funding traders live from day one. So they can earn from day one. They have a generous profit share. I'd rather back my traders with live funds rather than demo money, which a lot of the industry do, because they know so many people fail. That's not a myth. That's a part of the industry, I'm afraid. But if we're backing a trader with live funds through our educational program, then obviously we're backing ourselves as well, for that to be a real solid offering, and probably a new niche offering as well. But again, as we would be trading live funds, it would definitely be something that we would need to look at on a case-by-case basis, and to see who the trader is, because it wouldn't just be a one-size-fits-all on that basis.
Right. I mean, it could be very risky unless you know.
100%. Yeah. We will put we'll have a mandate in place. So you think of any hedge fund, or which we're not, but any proprietary trader. So we'll be backing traders with our own funds, but there's no audition. They go straight into live funding, through this program, because I want to encourage traders to make money. I don't, a lot of people out there, I'm not. We're not a broker. We don't take on clients' trades. We don't market make against the client. Everything, they can use whatever broker they wish. We'll show them the analysis. We'll teach. They'll plug into our funding, and then obviously success is really derived from the commitment they put in. A person puts into it, the desire and the willpower. They want to make a success of it.
It's fantastic. So just walk me through, because this is a different approach from what most people conventionally think of as a prop firm offer, which going to a website, choosing a challenge, and maybe for a couple of $100, and then getting a 10, 20,000. And we know that's just sort of demo accounts and all the rest of it. What's different about the way that you're doing this then? So people are coming on to Trade-Uni.
Yeah, so we're looking for a premium, more of a premium offering in the marketplace. A client will come to us and say, I've done a bit of trading. I keep doing these auditions. I've done this. I've done that. And really, the reason a customer needs a prop firm is because they're undercapitalized. They probably don't have the bigger money to put into a certain broker, into their own account. So we'll capitalize them. I say we'll have a mandate where they can draw down a certain amount, and we'll be monitoring them. But again, we're going to be trading, helping them with their trading on a one-to-one basis, day in, day out. So we feel it should be more stable. Again, there will be a selection process. We're not just fee gathering. That we want good traders. Can they prove to us they've been a trader before? Great. If not, they can take a step back and go on an educational program before any live funding kicks in. So we're trying to be more on the approach of being on the trader's side rather than trying to be against the trader.
Are you offering some kind of scaling program with that? So if someone comes on board and you see they're performing really well, can you increase their capital as they prove themselves?
I don't think for the first instance. I think we'll start with a 25k. 50k account, something like that. What we can do, if they are a good trader and they want to present to us a certain strategy or something they've done, we might be able to allocate more funds day one. So rather than, I think we need to start obviously manage our risk first as a firm. Then if we can bring in a scaling up program, then yeah, I think that's probably maybe phase 2 or 3 of this particular opportunity launch.
Yeah, I mean, this is the big risk for a lot of the new firms, is that they can't manage the liquidity, the risk, and find themselves caught between not enough money to pay out the traders that are making it work, essentially. So,
well, it's my firm, my money. I'm backing our traders, so the risk is with me. So I'm putting it all on the line to help our traders.
fantastic. Moving away from specifics of prop trading, we're into a new year, new American president, all sorts of things happening. Do you take into account all the sort of geopolitical movements when you trade, or do you more technical? You just look for the price behavior.
I think you've got to be sensible and be aware of all those kind of geopolitical stuff. And when the Trump's presidency come in, the crypto market, the equity markets, they had a really good move. Some of the other figures that are coming out, regarding growth and job numbers, are pointing otherwise. But at the end of last year, everyone was screaming low growth, markets pulling back. Well, guess what? The DAX is at a new high. FTSE is higher. The Nasdaq and the Dow, they're still up there. They're still close to their all-time highs. A Trump presidency should be good, for equities, as was previously. What's the downside? The obvious, the geopolitical issues that could be out there. If they advance rapidly into unrest and unsettle the markets, then obviously, we don't, markets don't like uncertainty. And as I always say to our clients, when the markets go up and they go long, they go up in the stairs. And when they go down in the elevator. So they fall floors very quickly. So you get small moves up, tick, 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 down, and all of a sudden you get this 10, 30, 20% drop. Don't think, a drop will happen, but from what level, I can't tell you.
So good time to start trading, would you say?
Volatility is good. We're only looking for, we're not pension fund managers, and we're not looking for to buy now and sell in 25 years time, 30 years. We're looking to buy and sell. We can go long and short, so capture the markets in two different ways and look at the movements. If you have a particular view, we can get in. The markets are good at the moment, and there is move, there's volatility. We like that. Given our spread of instruments and assets that we trade, we're quite diverse. We find 2 or 3 good opportunities most days.
How about crypto? You looked into that as much?
The bigger ones, only because if you think that Bitcoin is like 105, 104,000 or 100,000 plus, you've got to put up 50 grand margin to buy one lot, because you can buy micro lots or whatever. But but obviously that's a drain on the account on if you're margin trading. Ethereum is probably better because it's a smaller priced crypto but very solid. So we can look at that. If I think of them as synthetic derivatives, but as a trading instrument, they move up and down like everything else. And if you can capture the move, then why not?
Fair point.
We're going to wrap up because that's just our half an hour already gone. I'm starting to ask people I speak to whether they have a favourite book, a favourite trader or author or influence that has had a sort of big impact on you. What would be your
Jack Swider or John Murphy, the technical analysis Bible that everybody seems to go through. Day in the Life of a Trader is a very good book to read and to go through. But I was brought up on John Murphy's technical analysis and going through, whilst a heavy read, a brilliant grounding for, to understand, the majority of the technical analysis is out there. There's a lot out there, so you have to do your self-reading. You have to find what works for you.
And these books, even though some of them are decades and 50, 60 years old, still hold true today. Still hold the same trading psychology topics, or the way price moves. it's still true. They're still as valuable as they ever were.
Well, a trend is still a trend. Whether it was 100 years ago or as it's in 2025, you win some, you lose some, but as long as the outcome is income, then that's what we're looking for.
The trend is your friend until it's not.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. And you should benefit from that if you know how to trade the trends. Why not? Spot the lows and the higher low and go from there. Put some things and put some standard practices in place. Create your trading plan and your diary of when you're going to commit your time to this. Then you move yourself forward. You have a real business plan and and take a business approach to it, because you can succeed at it, as many people do around the world.
Great advice. Adrian, where do we find your social media, your website?
Yes, we're on LinkedIn. We're at www.trade-uni.com. And you can email us at info@trade-uni.com too. But we're on we're on Instagram, on the main channels. So feel free to catch up with us and drop me a message. I'm on LinkedIn as well, so anyone wants to talk to us, just get in touch and we'll get back to you.
Fantastic. Or come and see you at the iX Trader Show on the 4th.
Yes, definitely. Come and see us. Come and see us at the shows, and we've been more than welcome to have a chat and a cup of coffee.
Terrific. Well, Adrian, thank you for joining us today, giving up your time again for us.
Thank you.
Always good to be included. Tony, thank you for joining us as well. That concludes our 5th episode of the PropCast. Hope you're enjoying it. Do let us know if you're enjoying these sessions, what else we might be able to add in, some questions we should be asking that I'm not. I'm very open to any suggestions. So thanks very much again, chaps, and we'll see you again shortly.
Thanks very much, Simon. Thank you.